I don't know if anybody else. I shared it to the Resolution group. I know Isaac probably wasn't going to listen to, but I do want to bring these few things up because it goes to my thing of regardless of how you feel about somebody, I feel like it's best to actually listen to what their perspective on things is instead of listening to what's being told to you. Because we've been hearing about this for about a good year plus with a former NXT referee by the name of Drake Wuertz or Drake Younger.
Yeah,
he was Drake Younger when he was in CZW.
Yeah,
he was pretty good.
Evidently, he said he might lace him back up again. So,
ooh, I'm intrigued.
So I don't know if he's doing death matches or not, though. So with Drake, his whole thing is that the big conspiracy theory, conspiracy theory, or I should say, just flat out lie about Weurtz was that he was a QAnon, and I fell into it myself because you remember I called him a QAnut.
Right. You did.
So my apologies to that, even though Drake is not going to hear me say that. So he went ahead and flat out let people know that he's not in QAnon, has no QAnon connections or anything of that sort.
He's still conservative, though, I imagine.
Yeah, he's highly conservative, highly Christian.
Fair.
So his whole thing is the reason, and this is exactly why people thought he was QAnon. Because he's against his whole thing is fighting against child sex trafficking.
Right.
Fair.
Right.
Which is, everyone should be against that.
Right. Literally everybody. There's nobody should be supporting that.
Yeah.
Nobody should be, but people are going to grift off of it and say, well, blase, blah, blah.
About what? They're going to say about what?
They're going to use that and say, oh, you're QAnon because you're fighting against this when that's not it shouldn't be a QAnon thing. It shouldn't be a left thing.
Makes me QAnon. Okay, buy me a t-shirt.
What?
What the fuck?
But this is how people have taken this and thrown this all the way left field, and that's why people have been throwing this QAnon tag to Drake. I've been watching his social media accounts.
Okay,
and one thing I know about Qs,
what
they are very unashamed to be QAnon.
Yeah, and
they're I just saw a bunch of them on the clock app. And they're walking around with their hashtag WW1, WWG1, WGA stuff, blah, blah, blah.
What does that even mean?
Where we go, one, we go all.
What?
Where we go, one, we go all.
They couldn't come with. They need.
That doesn't make any sense. That literally makes no sense.
What do you want from me?
Okay, so there's that, and then and then apparently, so let me get this straight. All right, let me get this straight. So apparently, if you are against child sex trafficking, that makes you a QAnon supporter.
No,
that's what was being put out against him. But so then you had the whole Proud Boys thing, which I've said it before, and I will say it again. The Proud Boys are not racist. Rather, very, very violent, but racist. I don't know how much racist you can be when your leader is black.
You got me there. That's true.
So that was the thing. Everybody's like, he, because he liked something that the Proud Boys posted on Parler, and so that gained a lot of traction through Bixenspan, who's been like the leader in this whole movement against Drake from jump. So he even name dropped Bixenspan, which I do not care at all for Bixenspan whatsoever. So he brought that up. He brought up how a lot of the things that he does is because of his faith. So very, very devout Christian. Like everything he does is based off his beliefs. So he talked about the situation where they put him on mandatory quarantine and then basically suspended him for 2 weeks because he went to church. He went to church. He was like, look, I got this, that, the third to do, because he's very active in his community. He coaches his sons. I forget what sport it was. I think it was baseball. Has a lot of organizations that he runs. for the cause of what he's fighting against with child sex trafficking and all these other things. So basically, what I got out of it, and I got one more thing I want to talk about. What I got out of it is that whether you agree with or disagree with his motives, Drake is not as bad as people wanted to paint him out to be.
No.
You can and if you get the opportunity to listen to it, go listen to it and like I said on Twitter, listen to it with an open mind. You can't go into anything, especially when somebody has a different perspective than you, with a closed mind, because you're never going to receive what's being said to you. Now, once you listen to it and then you are able to make your own opinions based off of that, then cool. But you can't do that by going off of what quasi reporters like Bixenspan said.